This changes absolutely everything for the Bills. We just had some big news drop, so let's talk about it all right here. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Bills Digest. I'm your host, Anthony Senicar, and we are officially in the full swing of the Bills season, but there's only one issue. 73% of you guys who are watching this video right now are not subscribed to the channel. Subscribe, join the army here at Bills Digest to stay in touch with all your latest Bills news, because we got you guys covered from wall to wall. So subscribe, stay in touch, and stay informed. And like I said, guys, we just had some massive news drop that majorly changes everything for the Bills. And it is not coming out of Buffalo. This report is coming out of Carolina, the Bills' upcoming opponent this Sunday. The Panthers have had Bryce Young, a quarterback, for the past few weeks, but now, this past Sunday, he got injured, and the MRI results are officially in, and the report by Tom Pelissero is that Bryce Young will be out this week against the Buffalo Bills. And this changes a ton for the Bills game plan wise, because they're going from that of a young quarterback who is still understanding NFL defenses to that of a savvy veteran of Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton has a history in this league and has a history against the Bills. Going up against the Bills, the last time was in 2019 in September. Buffalo led 14-0. Dalton rallied the Bengals to a 17-14 lead, and Josh Allen led a game-winning touchdown drive with only a minute left. All time against the Bills, Andy Dalton is 4-2, but has only played the Josh Allen Bills once in being 0-1. Now, shall we not forget, Andy Dalton has a history with the Bills fan base. In 2017, with a chance to get into the wild card spot, the Bills beat the Miami Dolphins, and the Bills also needed that of the Cincinnati Bengals to beat the Baltimore Ravens, and Andy Dalton pulled through on the final drive, hitting Tyler Boyd in the end zone to give him the win and get a ticket for a playoff position for the Bills and breaking the drought finally. And that was pretty much the birth of this Sean McDermott and Brandon Beane era. The next year, the Bills draft Josh Allen, and the rest is history. The Bills and their fans have a soft spot for Andy Dalton, and now the Bills face him again one more time against a Carolina team that is in a position to make the playoffs and has a run game that is humming. Chuba Hubbard is now officially back from injury. Rico Dowdle has been great for the Carolina Panthers the past 2 weeks while Chuba Hubbard was away. Chuba comes back, and now it is a full running back by committee. The game plan shifts from that of trying to stop the run and forcing Bryce Young into uncomfortable situations, as the numbers are there that when Bryce Young is under pressure, he throws picks and makes mistakes. Now you're going to be going up against an Andy Dalton, a savvy veteran who understands the game, understands defensive concepts, and who is going to lead on the run game. And if it's not there, he is going to get the ball out quick. Now, on one hand, he is 35 plus years old, I believe. He is going to be a statue in that pocket, and there's going to be opportunities to get after him. But he understands the Bills have weaknesses in that secondary, and he is going to find the matchup that fits right for him and Tet, and going to go after that. Expect a heavy dose of a run game and a heavy dose of a quick pass game, and this could be a concoction for a bad outcome for the Bills. They had an opportunity and a path to win, getting after Bryce Young, stopping the run, and forcing Bryce Young to throw the ball. But now, with Andy Dalton back there, you can force him to throw the ball, but he is going to make the correct read 9 times out of 10. Pressure is not going to affect him, and the whole game plan changes completely for the Bills. So we will see how this turns out for the Bills. Again, this is a massive news for the Bills. Changes the whole game plan. Some people might see this, hey, you're playing the backup quarterback. But this is a backup quarterback who has seen a lot and understands a lot. And this is a shaky situation for the Bills. Sean McDermott needs to righten the ship, or this could be a very, very bad downward spiral. I think if this turns into a shootout, the Bills are going to, not a shootout, but a track meet. The Bills are obviously in a different class. And when it is on, it is on. The Bills are going to have to rely majorly on their offense. And again, you are having two guys come back from suspension in Ogunjobi and Hesh, or Heck, whatever his name is. That will be interesting to see what happens. But I don't think that those guys are going to be major game changers. It might help on run defense, but they have to take advantage of Andy Dalton's lack of mobility. Send some heat, force him into holding on to the ball for too long, and force him into sacks. That is the way that the Bills can get victory. Before, with Bryce Young, it was the same sort of game plan, but Bryce Young could have, again, has mobility, or slight mobility, better than that of Andy Dalton, and he sometimes makes the wrong decisions and wrong throws. Andy Dalton's not going to do that. He's going to get the ball out quick. He's going to look for those quick passes, and if it's not there, he's going to throw it out of bounds. He's not going to hold on to the ball for long like Bryce Young. And taking into consideration a team that the Bills just lost to in the Atlanta Falcons on Monday Night Football, the Carolina Panthers hung up 30 points against them and shut them out completely. So this defense is, again, something not to sleep on. They got some key guys, Derek Brown. They got J.C. Horn Jr., again, on offense. They're going to have Chuba Hubbard, Rico Dwaddle, which is a very, very good running back by committee. They're going to look for quick passes out of the backfield with Rico Dwaddle, and they're going to look for quick passes in the receiver and tight end game. Christian Benford, the defense has to have a big game. Bobby Babich has to figure something out. Now, again, luckily the Bills have a bye week, or just came off of a bye week. So they were game planning. They have some ideas. I think the ideas will kind of shift now that it's from Bryce Young to Andy Dalton. So we'll see what that outcome is. But this is major news for the Bills. We'll keep our eye on what else happens with the Bills injury report coming up in a few days. But I want to hear from you guys down below in the comments. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that the Bills had a better shot with Bryce Young and a quarterback, or Andy Dalton? Do you guys see this as a net positive or a net negative? And do you guys think the Bills can right this ship against this Carolina Panthers team who put up 30 points, 30, against an Atlanta Falcons team that was steamrolling the Bills in the first half? Obviously, kind of got their foot off the brake, or foot off the gas in the second half. But this Carolina team is not a team to look down on. They're not Carolina teams of the past. They have a well-coached team, and they are figuring it out. So let me know your thoughts below, guys. What do you guys think? Like I said before, net positive, net negative. What are your expectations for this Bills team against this Panthers team? And what do you guys think is going to happen with the Bills as a whole on the defensive side of the ball? And do you guys think that they need to focus on stopping the run and force them into passing situations? Or do we need to just rely on the offense coming back to itself against this Carolina team? We got to right the ship either way. In a positive, though, Sean McDermott is 9-0 coming out of bye, so that is a net positive. Let's keep it going. But again, like I said, leave your comments below. Love to hear from you guys as always. On top of that, please subscribe to the channel. We just crossed 1,000 subscribers. We greatly appreciate that here at Bills Digest. But if you are not subscribed already, subscribe, because you got to stay in touch here at Bills Digest with all your latest Bills news, because we got you guys covered all season. Like I always say, guys, subscribe, stay in touch, stay informed, and as always, go Bills.